Hello, this is Nathaniel, and I'm an aspiring song/poem writer, and I've just been singing my poems online and spreading them online. But I should probably share my testimony first. I am a foster child. I come from the system which doesn't work as well as it should, but I had quite a few good homes where I was at. But due to me being insecure and my foster parents not being able to know how to raise someone who was untrusting, manipulative, and very mentally harmed, I ended up getting myself kicked out of each home. I wasn't a good kid. I fell into depression a lot of the time and hated myself, and I still have frustration to this day. I still try and grow. But my testimony is God found me where I was at. He found me when I had nowhere to go. He led me to a program called Rockside Ranch, which taught me some valuable life lessons, but as soon as I got out of that program, I fell back into the same old habits. And I had to go to that program in a completely different state than where I came from. And I found that I still struggle with those bad habits, and all the frustration and all the stuff that I struggle with is just the same as it was back then. Just amplified because I haven't dealt with it over all this time. I haven't dealt with my trust issues. I haven't dealt with the fact that I still feel like I'll get abandoned by the people I love and care about, so I avoid them. I isolate, I hide myself behind a veneer of, oh, I'm just a gamer, I'm just like that. I don't need people, I just don't want to be around them, when I truly do care about people and do want to be around them. My own issues have caused me to miss out on so many relationships, so many friendships I could have had. And I was still trying to find a way to just be myself around people and not hide beneath a mask. My past, my father's in prison for life, which when he got imprisoned, I was around 10 or 12, 10, 11 or 12. I don't remember the exact time. And that led to my mother spiraling off the deep end. She hasn't gone up to prison, but she's done a lot of things I think she'd regret. And she's been through a lot of stuff and should have her very own testimony. And I won't share anything about her life because that's not mine to share. But I went into the foster system at a young-ish age. And since I grew up with my family, my parents, I was very trusting of them. I thought I'd never be abandoned, but nobody related to me wanted me. I was the problem child to them, and so I was left completely and utterly alone. Forgotten by those I cared about, left behind as I believed back then that nobody cared about me. I went into the foster system with the mindset of to get love, to get care, I need to be noticed. I need to be paid attention to. I need to put out my best. I need to be always doing well. I always needed something. And then when I saw that getting high grades, doing great, didn't result in love, or what I saw to be love, which was spending time with me, playing board games with me, and doing things I cared about, I just fell out of it and started reading more, delving into fantasy worlds, avoiding this world in general, and just being like, if I can't get love from this world, I'll just delve into the place where I can get love from characters in a story who can be perfect, who can actually care, and not have their own problems and issues. And so I fell into the habit of fantasizing about everything and avoiding people like they were the plague. And then, when I finally pushed my foster parents over the edge by breaking nearly $2,000 worth of material that was used for my grandpa's work, I was sent back into the foster system. And I can't say that place was perfect, but I really loved it there, and I still love those people. And the next place I was in, they didn't even act like they cared. At least to me, it seemed like they didn't act like they cared. They would use me basically as a distraction for whenever their grandkids came over, they had kids over, and they didn't really allow me access to any of what I liked to do. And so I acted out, I avoided staying at home for long periods of time. I would hide myself. I would avoid them. I would manipulate my way out of situations. I don't even remember what the place looked like on the inside. I don't even remember their faces for the most part. I don't remember their names. Even though I know I cared about them, I still didn't show it. I still wasn't trusting enough to take that step. My heart had been closed off, turned to stone, and I just hated it. I hated everything. I didn't even want to be alive anymore at that point. I resorted to petty theft to get candy and to enjoy life. Well, candy didn't make me enjoy life. And I just was alone. And I finally was tossed out of that home when I threatened them with suicide. They first sent me to a suicide prevention home, and then that just made me more depressed. Going to a suicide prevention home with a bunch of people who want to commit suicide doesn't teach you how to avoid suicide. It just makes you feel like your issues are lesser than theirs, that all they've gone through, you never want to experience that. And then you can see your path playing out ahead of you the same way theirs has. And it just makes you want to end it before it does. God saved me so many times from myself. I can't even describe to you the amount of times I thought about it. I can't tell you how many times I've caught myself trying to remove the emotional pain that was inflicted upon me by simple words. Not even like big things, just a small "oh, you didn't do that," or "hey, you haven't done well, ever." Things that seem simple can hurt the most. like pointing out something that they don't even realize as an issue and saying, "Oh, you're still doing that? I thought you would have stopped by now." Or people trying to toughen you up by wrestling with them, getting all physical. That's not going to teach them how to defend themselves. That's just going to mentally harm them. Because they don't recognize, a child won't recognize what you're trying to do. Child won't recognize that your punishment is trying to get them to be better, to stop doing something wrong. Because a child dwells in the moment. Same with a young teen. They just have less pre-thought. Or they do think about things a little bit in the future, but they focus on what happens now and how that's enjoyable. I then got out of that and went to another home. And this was the home I was in for the shortest period of time. I think it was like 2 or 3 months. I kept causing issues because I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere anymore. And I went to another home after that. It was an old elderly couple's home. It was a temporary home. They didn't seem to care about me at all. Not at all. I was fed, and that was it. They asked me for help occasionally. That was it. No love, no emotions, just cold, calculated care. Didn't feel like a home, it felt more like a cell, a prison, a place to be kept, like a hotel. I don't remember most of what happened to me, but I went to Rockside after that. Or no, I went to Rockside after that. That was my first time at Rockside. It was an 8-month program, and that's where I first met God. I first found God, and I still have my bad habits sticking to me like freaking fleas. And it's still sticking to me even now, like 4 years later. Those bad habits are hard to get rid of, they stick to you. And I just kept on trying to grow. My growth has been as slow as a tree, though. Steady, but almost non-existent to people looking in from the outside. And I still don't know where I'm going or where God leads me. But after I went to Rockside, I fell out and went to an independent living program and didn't do well there at all. Fell completely into the bad habits I'd built up. And I went to Rockside again. This time in a wholly different place, in a whole different state, at one of their other places. I don't think the Rockside Ranch has branches, but I love Rockside Ranch. It's been a great place both times I've gone to it. And I learned about God more there than I ever learned anywhere else. I'm still trying to delve in my Bible and learn more about God, but I don't know where I'm going. God does. But I don't. And that's how it should be. I've got so many more details about my life, but I'm not sharing those online. Thank you for listening to me. Even though my story is not your story, I hope you can learn something from it. Learn not to reject God, because God loves you. He cares for me. He saved my life like 3 times. He's also saved me from so many injuries being life-threatening. It's a miracle I can walk. I've broken so many bones that I should not physically be able to walk. physically able to move my arms, but I can. And God has given me that, and I still don't know. I don't know. I just don't know so many things. I'm trying to figure out more and more about God, but I just need to take my time and read the Word. Anyway, God bless you. Let your life be great. Sorry that you just get to see my face this whole video, but I don't know what or any programming, so hasta la vista. Goodbye.